Hello boys, welcome back. This is Don Antonio talking. I am your English teacher, year 6. Okay, welcome back again. I hope you have rested after your breaks holiday, and we are going to start with new contents in Gaztelueta. In this video, we are going to start with Unit 7. But first of all, I would like to review with you the plan that the teachers have prepared. First of all, we have the grammar videos, okay? These tutorials, like this one. These videos have been thought for you to understand new contents, like this one, okay? New unit, new contents. Then we have the online Google Meet lessons, okay? In these lessons, you can ask and you can do activities with your teacher. Then we have the activities in the school platform, okay? They are really useful for you, and I truly hope that you can store all of them in your school folder. When we see each other, you can give them to the teacher so he can mark all of them. And we have the textbooks, okay? You can do the textbooks, you can enter the platform Blink Learning, and you can do activities related with the units that we are already starting. In this unit, Unit 7, we are going to start with a reported speech, okay? I'm going to give you a short definition about reported speech. I'm going to explain the structure, okay? And we're going to work with a few examples. What is reported speech? Reported speech is the style that we use in English. It's the style that we use in English to report, to say what someone has said. There are two ways of reporting what someone says. The first one would be the direct speech, estilo directo. And the second one would be the reported speech, the one which we are already using in this lesson. What is direct speech? Estilo directo. It would be if you exactly say what someone has said with the same words, no changes, okay? The reported speech is when you said what someone has said, but you make a few changes, okay? To make the sentence understandable for the person who is listening to you. For example, what if I say, I have lost my umbrella? In Spanish, it would be, he perdido mi paraguas. We have two ways of saying what this person has said. The first one would be the direct speech, okay? With this speech, we repeat exactly what someone says. It's marked in this slideshow with the red color. If I say, I have lost my umbrella, you can say, he said, I have lost my umbrella. No changes at all, okay? But if we use the reported speech, we make a few changes. For example, he said that he had lost his umbrella. Ha dicho que ha perdido su paraguas. In this second sentence, we make a few changes, okay? This is the reported speech. I have another example for you, and a familiar example, okay? Imagine that the teacher, in this case is Don Antonio, says, you can't play football in the classroom. No podéis jugar al fútbol en clase. If two students, for example, one of them says, Don Antonio said you can't play football in classroom. Am I making any changes in this sentence? No, I am exactly repeating what Don Antonio has said. Okay, Don Antonio said, abro comillas, you can't play football in the classroom. Don Antonio ha dicho, no se puede jugar al fútbol en clase. No changes, okay? But if I use the reported speech, I would say, Don Antonio said we couldn't play football in the classroom. In Spanish, it would be, Don Antonio ha dicho que no podíamos jugar al fútbol en clase. In this second sentence, reported speech, we have made a few changes. Imagine another example, okay, which we are going to use to understand and to learn a few key points in reported speech. Álvaro said that his brother was coming that week. Álvaro ha dicho que su hermano iba a venir esta semana. The key points of reported speech are the following ones. There is no comma, all together. The word that can usually be omitted, okay, after say and tell. You can use it, you can say it, or you can't, if you don't want, you can't say it. We keep it with the other verbs, the word that, like for example, complain, to explain, object, point out, protest. When we use these verbs, we keep the word that in Spanish would be que. Someone has said that. Alguien ha dicho que. In direct speech, a conversation is reported verbally, and we repeat exactly the same words. But in reported speech, we use it when we want to give a more dramatic effect to the words that somebody has said. How do we use the reported speech? Well, there are a few rules that need to be followed. We have to make a lot of changes, okay? I hope these slideshows help you to understand and to use the reported speech properly. First of all, we have to pay attention to the subject and the pronouns, okay? Here you have some changes that we have to make if we want to use the reported speech. If I say I, when we use the reported speech, we are going to say he or she. If I say me, him or her. If I say my, his or her. If I say we, they. And these are only a few examples, okay? Imagine that in Spanish I said, he perdido mi paraguas. Yo. But if someone is using the reported speech, he would be saying, él, me, ha perdido su paraguas. So there is a change of pronoun in this sentence from I to he. Is that okay? She said, he is my son. In reported speech, she said that he was her son. Okay, her because it's a girl. I am ill, she said. Estoy enferma, ha dicho ella. She said that she was ill. Okay, did you understand the changes? Good. Let's move on to the next slideshow. Okay, we have to change as well the tense. Okay, el tiempo verbal. In direct speech, we use the present simple. For example, I am happy. In the reported speech, we change the present simple into past. She said she was happy. From past simple, I enjoyed my dinner, we have to use the past perfect. She said that he had enjoyed her dinner. If I am using the present continuous, I'm waiting for a bus, we have to use the past continuous in reported speech. He said that he was waiting for a bus. If we are using the present perfect, I have already had lunch. In the reported speech, he said, if we use the past perfect, he said that he had already had lunch. If we are going to use the future, I will call you later, we are going to change it into the would conditional. She said that she would call me later. Te llamaré más tarde. En reported speech, dijo que te llamaría más tarde. Did you understand? The would, okay? Very good. And finally, if in direct speech we use the verb can, I can speak 4 languages. In reported speech, we use could. He said that he could speak 4 languages. And finally, expressions of time. In direct speech, we say today, so we have to change it, okay? In reported speech, we would say that day. From yesterday to the day before. The day before yesterday, 2 days before. Tomorrow will be in reported speech the next day. The day after tomorrow will be in 2 days' time. Next week or next year will be the following week or the following year. Last week or last year would be the previous week or the previous year. A year ago would be a year before. Okay, we have to make changes, with the time expressions that we use, from direct speech to reported speech. Expressions of place as well. Okay, if someone in direct speech says something with here, we have to change it. Okay, so here becomes there or some different phrase. Okay, I hope you have understood the reported speech. Now it's time to practice. We have a few exercises, 5 sentences. The last one, the one with a diamond, with a yellow diamond, is the most difficult one. You know that I like to challenge my students, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes to complete this chart, okay, with a reported speech. Meanwhile, you can pause the video, you can stop, and you can do the sentences in your notebook. Okay, I believe you had time enough, so let's correct the sentences. The first one would be, Mary says, my dad works in a bank. So in reported speech would be, Mary said that her dad worked in a bank. Second one, Jules says we went out last night. In reported speech, we would be saying Jules said that they, because in direct speech it was we, now is they had gone out the night before. Let me clarify this sentence, let me make it clearer for you. Jules ha dicho, salimos anoche a tomar una Coca-Cola. Nosotros. In reported speech would be, Jules dijo que ellos salieron anoche a tomar una Coca-Cola. Did you understand the change? Good. Okay, let's correct the third sentence. One of my students is going to love this sentence. He knows why. Messi says, I'm coming. Messi dice que viene. In reported speech, it would be, Messi said that he was coming. Sorry for the mistake, okay? There should be a T before the H. It's not had, is that. Messi said that he was coming. Fourth example. Nico says, I have never read this book before. Nico said that he had never read that book before. From present perfect to past perfect. And the last one, forgive me because there was a mistake in this sentence, okay? In direct speech, we have I was waiting for the bus when it arrived. In reported speech, we would say he or she said that he or she, we don't know who's talking, had been waiting for the bus when it arrived, okay? Again, sorry for the mistake. Well, I hope you have understood the reported speech. Don't forget that we have all the activities in the platform to practice, okay? In Gaztelueta.net. You can use the activity book as well, okay? You have activities 1, 2, and 3 at page 83. Okay, what if you need more? If you want to do more activities, you can always Google reported speech and do the exercises on the net. You can check and you can study very, very well the grammar look, okay, last pages of your pupil's book, and you can enter this website, okay, using a password and a username, okay, which I believe is in the first pages of your activity book, and you can do some activities there. Okay, you know that I don't like to say goodbye without challenging you. You know that I love riddles, so I have 2 for you. Easy one, okay? If you know the answer, please don't use the internet, just use your brain, and this in the upcoming week, in our online Google Meet lessons, you can tell me your answer. The first one would be this one. What begins with T, ends with T, and has T in it? Just think, okay? And the second one, and the last one, would be, what kind of band never plays music? Well, thank you very much for watching. I truly hope that this video helps you to understand what reported speech is, okay? And see you in the next class. Bye bye.